Hi, it's Samantha Biddy, and this week's Biddy Bits, we have a question about how do I avoid catching feelings for my friend with benefits? First of all, LOL at our culture for having feelings for someone being something that has negative stigma. My personal position about our emotions and our relationships and even our friendships is that we should be free to explore them to their fullest and healthiest extents. Sometimes that means that we talk on the phone, and sometimes it means we. But to answer your question, you can't control your feelings. You can control your actions, but you can't necessarily control your feelings. I think in order to control your feelings, you would have to be a pretty powerful psychic, which may not even work because even Jean Grey was in a love triangle. Not even Phoenix, Jean Grey. There's no one way to have a friends with benefits situationship, and therefore you have to have a conversation. In fact, you're gonna have many conversations throughout the process of adding and subtracting activities to your relationship. When we talk about trying to avoid catching feelings, which feelings exactly are we talking about? Probably not the butterfly feelings or the exciting feelings or the horny feelings. We're talking about the uncomfortable feelings. When we get all those butterfly feelings or we get the horny feelings, we want to be around somebody all the time or we want to talk to them all the time. And we've kind of been taught that we only do those activities within certain parameters and within certain relationships. The two of you are in charge of defining what your friendship with benefits looks like. What are those benefits? Are those benefits just having sex with each other? Is it somebody who you can send nudes to? Check out my video on sending the perfect nude or safely sending nudes or how to take good nudes. Whatever that video was about, check it out. It's probably not going to be linked because I don't know how to use YouTube really. I'm going to challenge the question from how do I avoid catching feelings to how do I respect someone else's boundaries whilst honoring my own feelings. The way to respect someone's boundaries is finding out what they are. A lot of the fear around catching feelings is fear of embarrassment, fear of rejection, fear of vulnerability. The way to kind of counteract that would be to check in with yourself about what is it that you want that you're afraid you won't get, or what is it that you have that you think you might lose. Often when we're having these conversations with people, there's a lot of focus on what we don't want. We don't want to have our feelings hurt. We don't want to feel suffocated. We don't want to commit. But what if we talked about what we do want? I want to experience pleasure with you. I want to make you feel good. I want to hold your hand in public. I want someone to text goodnight to. I want to put my vagina on your vagina. I'm just kidding. It's vulvas. Vulvas are on the outside. I also think that talking about what we want is way hotter. At least have it be 50-50. Remember, this person is your friend. You already have a baseline of caring about each other and caring about what each other's needs and wants are. This is a perfect climate to be honest about what it is you think you might need. And then that person gets to decide, I think I can show up to this, or I don't think I can show up to this. I don't think a friends with benefits situation is as simple as here's my friend with whom I do certain kinds of activities, and now I'm going to add sexual activities to it, and everything around inside that relationship is going to stay the same. I don't really think that's possible. I invite you to be excited about the transformation of your relationship into a new kind of relationship. One that has the piece of advice that I want to give about sort of navigating your own emotions in the situation and to help avoid entering into a place where there's a lot of uncomfortable feelings would be to stay the fuck out of Storyland. Where's Storyland, you ask? Storyland is the multiverse between the last text you received and the next text you receive. The thing about Storyland is a whole lot of assumptions based on little to no information or even a ton of information. Once we create the story and then we start emotionally responding to the story we made up, all of a sudden we're not even in a relationship with a whole other person. We're in a relationship with all of our past experiences and all the lenses that we view the world through and all the ways that we're interpreting someone's actions weighed up against our own, or like weighed up against, mistakes we've made. Stay out of Storyland. That's it for this week's Bitty Bits. I apologize if the editing on this outro is a little bit weird. I just made mistakes, but I'll leave you with this. Set the expectation that this may be an ongoing discussion that needs to be had throughout this transformation of your relationship. And trust yourself to make changes if the uncomfortable or undesirable feelings start to outweigh all the good feelings or the benefits of having added sex to your existing friendship. You can submit your questions or follow me on Instagram at samantha_bitty or on my website, samanthabitty.com. As you can see, Lolly wants to know. Ma'am, we're shooting a video. Come on.